Hi, I'm Charlene Lawrence, and I am a licensed acupuncturist in the state of California. And I wanted to share this quick video of why I became an acupuncturist. Now, there's a few events that really led to me wanting to become an acupuncturist. But as I think back, I really think that the biggest reason is an event that took place when I was in college. It was actually my very first semester of college. I was about 18 years old. And I went into the doctor for just a routine checkup, and a couple things transpired that day. First of all, I remember it was a Monday. It was, I think, the Monday right before finals were about to begin. And I hadn't been sleeping very well. I knew I had this appointment scheduled with my doctor. So I arrived at school that morning at the university and came to learn that a girl that I had grown up with and gone to school with, who was going to school a little bit farther away, had been killed in a drunk driving accident over the weekend. And that was really disturbing to me, and obviously it set my emotions on edge. I continued through my day, was getting ready for finals to begin, and arrived at the doctor's office. You know, they always put you on the scale and weigh you. And I had started to gain a little freshman 15. So my big ask when going to the doctor that day for my physical was to also see if there was anything that the doctor could give me for sleep. And I specifically remember asking for something natural, if there was something natural she could recommend that would help me sleep. And after stepping off the scale, being quite a bit higher than I had anticipated, learning of my childhood friend's death that morning, and finals looming, she walked in and I just busted out into tears. Granted, I'm 18 years old, so my hormones were probably a little all over the place at that time anyway, and of all the other events from the day, I was just pretty raw. So the doctor grabbed a pamphlet off the counter and handed it to me and said, "Let me know if you have any of these 5 symptoms." And it said things like not sleeping well, anxious, trying to recall what it said, emotional ups and downs, some, high stress, basically some pretty generalized symptoms. And the pamphlet on the front had in big letters across the top, Paxil. And with spending less than 5 minutes talking to me, she prescribed me a month's supply of Paxil, which is an antidepressant drug. I went home, I filled the prescription, I took it for 4 days. My sleep was no better, and granted, I probably didn't give it enough time, but my sleep did not improve. I knew what the drug was for, and based on the silly pamphlet with the 5 symptoms on it that are basic generalized symptoms that everybody probably deals with from time to time. And she wrote me a prescription for it. I took it for 4 days, stopped. It was something that I just knew deep down was not for me. I returned 2 weeks later for my follow-up for the drugs, and surprise, surprise, there was actually a follow-up related to that drug. I find with many of my patients, that's not the case. They send you home with a prescription and you may never see that doctor again. But I happened to see the nurse practitioner for my 2-week follow-up. And I immediately told him, I said, "Hey, I took it for 4 days. It wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. And it's not something that I really need." At this point, I'd gotten past finals. I'd been able to grieve a little bit, talk with some friends about my friend's death, and went on my merry way to being a normal late teen college student. So during that appointment, when I was doing the follow-up with the NP, he discussed with me, I flat out told him, I said, "Hey, I'm just not sleeping great. I could really use something to help me sleep. And I want it to be natural. I don't want a drug." So he gave me some recommendations like drinking more water. He suggested I try valerian root or melatonin and sent me on my merry way. I definitely tried those things. Some worked better than others. But it was in that moment that I realized our medical care system just really wasn't up to snuff. I spent just a few minutes with the doctor. I specifically asked her for a natural remedy to my sleep problems, and she wrote me a prescription basically writing me off. And this was probably not her intent, but for a handful of reasons, she only had that limited time with me. She didn't know what to do, perhaps. And it just wasn't the right path for me. So that is a major event that has really gone on to help me try to put myself in the shoes of my patients and remember why I am doing this medicine, why I chose acupuncture and Chinese medicine in the first place, because it's natural. It uses the body's own natural healing resources, and you don't have to take drugs with side effects and just having to remember daily to take this stuff. I've gone on to find that I've been able to improve my health just dramatically using natural resources rather than pharmaceutical drugs. I pride myself on not having to take any pharmaceutical drugs right now, and I hope that I'm able to keep my body healthy enough so that I never will. If you are looking for a natural solution to your healing issues, then please contact me. You can reach me through my website, which is empireacupunctureclinic.com, or you can reach me over the phone. I'm in the United States. The phone number is 909-257-3010, and I am here to help you heal naturally.